Picture a small town in Convington, Louisiana, where a young boy named Theovon was growing up, completely oblivious of the fame that awaited him. Theo's life was a far cry from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, which had actually completely rejected him to begin with. Raised in a melting pot of cultures, his heritage was as mixed as the gumbo his grandma used to make. This unique blend of backgrounds would later become the secret ingredient in his unique humor. His upbringing, which was humble and unpretentious, was far removed from the world of stand-up comedy. Yet it was this very authenticity that would become his trademark, his golden ticket to a world far beyond the bayou. From the heart of the Deep South, a comedian was being forged in the most unexpected of places.
I got jumped by a bunch of cats on my birthday once, dude. I'm not even joking, dude. And one of them, I swear to God, some of them got me on the ground, and one of them came off a fucking rooftop from next door.
Little did young Theo know, his unique perspective on life was about to take him places he could only dream of. So join us as we delve into the life of the unique genius, Theovon. We begin Theo's life in the coves of Convington, Louisiana, where Theovon was born on a crisp spring day on the 19th of March, 1980. Theo's upbringing can be described as, well, different from most.
You know, I grew up around some fucking real crazy poor white people. You know, the dude, they had a dude in our town, no arms, used to fucking fight everybody. You know that dude, you know what I'm saying? He'd get you in that lurch, he would catch you with between his chin and his chest. He would fucking snack you like a snake.
Convington at the time was considered to be quite a rundown, quiet, and isolated place to live, which meant that Theovon had to find his own ways to entertain himself.
Like I used to do a similar thing when I was a child. At the lunch table, we'd get some kids who were mentals, or a couple of them might have been mentals, and a couple kids that were well, you know, and we'd get there and sit them to make them drink milk and then tell jokes and do stuff until one of them just blew milk out of their face, you know?
It would be these stories and experiences that would set apart Theo from the rest of the comedians, although it is safe to say that his stories can be a little bit exaggerated at times.
We had a dude try to fast himself out of being gay, I remember one time.
How many days?
I think he did almost 40 days or 20-something days. Isn't that crazy?
Despite the adversities his childhood presented him, Theo would still manage to get into college, and several for that matter. It was at college that Theo would stumble upon the thing that would begin his career in comedy. The year is 1999, and a 19-year-old Theovon now finds himself on a new MTV reality show called Road Rules. It's a world away from his humble Louisiana beginnings. This is Theo's first taste of the limelight, his first introduction to a national audience. It's here on Road Rules, where Theo starts to hone his performance skills. He's not just another contestant. He's the one with the quick wit, the one who can make you laugh until your sides hurt. He's the one who stands out.
And I remember that dude, for 50 cents, he'd let you see his wiener. Or he would just show you his wiener for no money. So he wasn't like the best businessman, but you had to see a little bit of wiener if you wanted to get past that second row of seats, right? And that, you know, that's just what it was like on the school bus.
Yet, it's more than just a reality show stint. It's a glimpse into the unfiltered Theo, a hint of the raw talent that would soon make waves in the comedy world. It's his authenticity that captivates viewers, his unique brand of humor that sets him apart.
Then she goes, what happens in taxis stays in taxis. And I'm not the brightest, you know, bowl in the bowl drawer, you know?
While Road Rules was a stepping stone, the real journey for Theo was just beginning. And oh, what a journey it's been. Stay tuned to find out how this Southern boy turned reality star soon became one of the most compelling voices in comedy and podcasting. Let's fast forward to 2006, where Theovon is now stepping onto a different kind of stage. He's trading in reality TV for a microphone and a single spotlight. His natural wit and charm find a new home in stand-up comedy, the arena where he truly begins to shine. His unique blend of Southern charm and edgy humor quickly catches the attention of audiences and critics alike.
I miss just the weird shit that would happen, man. Like I told you, I grew up in a stray animal belt, so on Saturdays, a lot of animals live by a highway. A lot of animals would get hit by cars and trucks. And so on Saturday, we'd go out there and pull the bodies off and bury them, you know, get them right. And somebody had hit a bunch of nudie magazines in the ground, you know, a bunch of titty literature.
In 2006, he competes in NBC's Last Comic Standing, where his performance not just resonates, but resounds. Theo wins the competition, which helps in slowly solidifying his place in the comedy world and earn the respect of his fellow peers. His career surges forward, fueled by his memorable performances and jokes that remain etched in the minds of his fans. From his hilarious take on the idiosyncrasies of daily life to his insightful commentary on society, Theo's stand-up act leaves audiences in stitches and longing for more. The combination of Theo's relatability, unique story catalog, and distinctive comedy style makes for comedy gold. Theo Von, the once reality star, was now Theo Von, the comedian, and there was no looking back. Or was there? Well, life started to become a little bit more complicated for Theo at this time, because although all the pieces were falling into place for his career, his personal life was starting to fall apart. The reason behind the self-implosion stemmed from his newly formed relationship with drugs, more specifically cocaine. Theo would reach his lowest point after appearing on the popular show Opie with Jim Norton.
Last time he was in, I thought he had a good appearance.
It was a tough night last time I came in here, man. It was so I left the party and I got in a cab and the driver started talking about drugs, right? And so next thing you know, him and I are out on some trip to go get some cocaine, right?
The cabbie?
The cabbie, yeah.
Wow.
Theo would consider this moment as one of the worst in his entire life, which prompted him to start attending AA meetings. Thankfully, though, the meetings helped him massively in steering his life back on track, after which he would begin his next and most famous endeavor. As if conquering the world of stand-up wasn't enough, Theo Von decided to venture into uncharted territory. With the rise of digital media, he saw an opportunity to reach out to his audience in a more intimate, unfiltered way. And thus, he plunged into the world of podcasting, creating 2 hit shows, The King and the Sting and This Past Weekend. The King and the Sting brought together Theo Von and fellow comedian Brendan Schaub. The duo's chemistry was palpable, their banter infectious. The podcast quickly gained popularity for its unscripted discussions on diverse topics. The duo's ability to find humor in the most mundane of situations made the podcast a hit with listeners. It was a testament to Theo's innate ability to connect with his audience, to make them laugh, to make them think. Then came Theo's solo venture, which was the now famous This Past Weekend. It was a more unique venture to what had been done before, as it was a platform where Theo could share his own thoughts, experiences, and insights without the constraints of a stand-up routine. Theo would have freedom and power to decide whether he wanted to interview a guest or just talk by himself. It was here that fans got to see a different side of Theo. He wasn't just cracking jokes, he was opening up about his struggles, his victories, his life. It was raw, it was real, and it was refreshingly honest.
And I remember one time, this girl I was just in love with as a child, I remember that I spit in her hair because I was so pent up with wanting to just tell her that I liked her maybe or something that I couldn't.
These podcasts weren't just about entertainment. They were a way for Theo to connect with his fans on a deeper level. He took listeners on his journey, sharing his highs and lows, his triumphs and tribulations. He was no longer just a comedian performing on stage. He was a friend sharing a conversation. The success of these podcasts contributed significantly to Theo's fame. His unique brand of humor, combined with his candidness, resonated with listeners. His podcasts became a platform for him to showcase his versatility as a comedian and as a storyteller. With his podcasts, Theo Von was no longer just a comedian. He was a voice, a confidant, a friend to millions. His journey into podcasting wasn't just a career move. It was a testament to his ability to adapt, to evolve, and to connect in a world that's constantly changing. And it would be with this adaptation that Theo Von's popularity would skyrocket to heights that were unthinkable at the time, with a lot of credit also going to a new content style known as clipping. In 2022, Theo Von's innate ability to come up with short-form stories and killer one-liners meant that clips from his podcast, This Past Weekend, began to blow up across all social media platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. All this exposure culminated in Theo Von's podcast, now being one of the most listened to podcasts in the entire world. From a small-town boy to a global comedy sensation, Theo Von's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. Today, he strides the world of comedy like a colossus, his unique blend of humor reaching millions. His comedic style, a mix of self-deprecating humor, southern charm, and off-the-wall observations, has carved him a unique niche in the world of stand-up. Theo's podcast, This Past Weekend, is an embodiment of his comedic genius. It's here that he truly shines, his down-to-earth persona and candid storytelling resonating with listeners around the globe. Whether he's discussing personal struggles or sharing hilarious anecdotes from his colorful past, Theo's ability to connect with his audience is unparalleled. His podcast isn't just a platform for jokes, but also a space for open and honest conversations. Theo's journey has inspired many aspiring comedians, proving that with resilience, authenticity, and a dash of humor, one can overcome any adversity. His story resonates particularly with those from small towns, showing them that dreams can indeed come true, no matter where you come from. And yet, with all his accomplishments, Theo remains grounded, his humble roots from Louisiana never forgotten.